We're going to pour some Atlas stone molds today. I have a little bit of background with obstacle course racing, so I've lifted a few of these Atlas stones. I also have a background in concrete. We make molds. The name of our company is Crete Molds. So anyway, we sell the Atlas stone molds that you make your own backyard gym Atlas stones with. So how do you put these things together? What do you do? How do you get rid of the bug holes? What do you do? How long do they cure? Basically what you're going to do first of all is you have your two halves. You have your top half that you pour your concrete into, and you have your bottom half. What you want to do is you've got to use a release agent. Even though these are plastic, the concrete will stick. So use a concrete release agent if you're trying to avoid a lot of the bug holes. You can use Pam or Crisco or something simple. Johnson's floor wax, that's okay. It's going to cause some bug holes to come back though if you're concerned with the bug holes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by actually spraying the entire outside and the inside of the mold. That way, the entire outside of the mold, when we spill our concrete and it dries, we can wash that right off. So I sprayed the inside of this one, spray the outside. Basically, just give it a quick wipe. You're not wiping it off, you're just wiping it around a little bit. So that's our bottom half. Wipe the inside on that, just to basically distribute evenly the release agent that we put on there. It's going to make your concrete a lot easier to just pop right out. Don't use silicone unless you want the bug holes. A lot of people are using silicone with these. Silicone causes the gassing that actually creates a lot of bug holes. And then it's got two registration marks right here that you basically line those up. And then what we're going to do is we use 14 by 1 sheet metal screws and we put those into the holes, okay? So we're done with this one now because I already have one started right over here. Just to show you, I'm going to zip these screws right in here, just like that. I have all the other ones already in. Okay, so now this mold is completely ready. I did put release agent on it, and I did fill half of it already filled. Okay, so I have some of my concrete's already in here. What kind of concrete do you use? Basically about any kind of bag mix. What we're doing is we're making a stone mold. You're not really looking for a lot of structural strength or integrity. You're looking for something that's going to probably cure a little bit quick. You want to avoid, a lot of people are talking about the little air holes or bug holes is the proper term for them. So we have three mixes, basic mixes right here. This is your basic concrete mix right here. Very cheap, very economical, not a lot of sand or cement content in here. So this one is going to be a little bit more unfriendly to bug holes. You're going to get a lot more bug holes. This one right here is a countertop mix. We got this from one of our more local hardware stores. It's a concrete countertop mix, so it's got a lot more cement in there. It's probably got a little bit more water reducers, which is a chemical that expands the water and makes it a little more user-friendly. This one is my favorite. I like this one. It's the most expensive, but this one sets up really quick. You can mix it fairly thin and still maintain the proper integrity that you need. So let's take a look at our concrete. What does it look like as it's mixed? This is definitely on the wetter side, the thinner side basically, just to give you an idea. That's a very, very loose mix. It's going to be friendlier for the bug holes, but it's not going to give you a lot of strength if you were looking for it on some kind of structure that you might be pouring. So this is already halfway filled, just to give you an idea what it looks like to cast one of these stones. This is a 14-inch stone, so it's going to end up weighing anywhere from 110 to about 115 pounds. And again, that's going to depend on the concrete mix you use, the water content that you put in it, and the day of its cure cycle that you weigh it. If you weigh it the next day, it's going to be heavier than if you weigh it 28 days from now, which is the proper curing cycle for these bag mixes of concrete. Okay, so we're going to shimmy it around a little bit. It's just about filled. And this right here will be the bottom of our mold, our stone actually. So I can put my hand in there, give it a little bit of vibration to help it compact itself. Now, as we're pouring this, you can see that even though this is, like I said, a thinner mix, we're still going to be trapping air inside. So we're introducing air into this. So it's nice that we can actually jimmy this around a little bit. So one more scoop might do it. You never want to overfill these because that'll cause a lock in your mold. So I would basically let that sit just the way it is right there. And this will be your bottom flat spot. In a little while you can come by and clean up all the slurry that you have mixed on there. So this was approximately 110, 115 pounds of concrete. There was 2 buckets filled. The other thing you can do is you can take your hammer and you can tap all the way around the mold. That will help get rid of some of the air, but it won't actually eliminate all of it. Okay, so here's one that we cast already. This was cast just the other day. We actually did strip this, but what I'm going to do I'm just doing this to show you how this works. We took all the screws out of it, and we take a little pry bar. We pry in here, and it should come off. Maybe a little bit more difficult than that, but it's actually not too difficult to take off. Now the bottom part, that's usually a little bit harder, okay, because we don't have anything to pry against now. So you can pick this up. We've got this ridge along here. It really helps to secure the mold. It also helps to move it around if you have to. You can roll this over, okay? And now there will be a lot of suction in here, so you got to kind of break that seal. And what I'll do is I'll take my hammer and tap all the way around, and that'll kind of break free the mold from the concrete. So that comes right off like that. Again, because this was actually cast down, and this is the top of our mold, we have very minimal bug holes in here, and I did use the Rapid Set mix on this. I really like the way this mix comes out. It looks great. But then if we flip it over, you can see this is the way we cast it. The air came upward, so it doesn't really have a way to escape that ridge right there. So basically, it's an Atlas stone. It's going to be picked up, it's going to be dropped, it's going to be slammed. We're not looking for anything real pretty here. What you will have when you're done is you'll have a little bit of a ridge, a little bit of a seam, and I already did this one, but you basically just take this little tool here, it's called a brick rub or a brick stone. It's a big sanding block for concrete, and you just get rid of that little crusty edge that you might have there. And this thing's good to go. The other thing I can do is I can cast this eye bolt in here. I'm not going to do this, I've got several others with it in already, but if you cast this eye bolt all the way in here, what you can do is you can put a little handle on it, so you end up with something like this. That's a little 10-inch stone right there, but it's kind of neat how you can come up with the different handles. We've got some over here. This is a 13-inch cast with the eye bolt on there and a little clip. So basically that's it. That's how we cast our Atlas stone molds. Clean it up when you're done. With proper cleaning, proper care, should last dozens and dozens of uses. Thanks.